While most of us are staring at the Chipotle menu debating that extra scoop of guac, Neymar just dropped more on a single watch than most people will earn in a lifetime. His spending is so insane it makes Jeff Bezos look like he's clipping coupons. This isn't just buying nice stuff, it's a different reality of wealth where price tags are video game numbers. A $200,000 rainbow grill for his teeth, a custom private jet worth more than a small country's GDP. His collection of absurd toys is mind-boggling. Supercars, fleets of supercars, a nice house, a palace. We'll break down every insane purchase. The numbers get bigger and bigger until your brain melts. But here's the kicker. Stick around. The most expensive thing he owns can't be touched, seen, or felt. It's so bizarre that at the end, you'll see why his millionaire teammates think he's lost his mind. Buckle up, hit subscribe. We're diving into a world where money has no meaning. Alright, let's kick things off with something that goes right in his mouth. Most people spend a few $1,000s on braces to get a perfect smile. Neymar, on the other hand, decided that wasn't enough. He went out and dropped $200,000 on a custom grill. Let me say that again so it sinks in. $200,000. For something that covers his teeth. You could buy a house in many parts of the country for that price. Or you could buy this. This isn't your average rapper's gold grill. Oh no, that would be too basic for Neymar. He commissioned a celebrity dentist to create a masterpiece. A rainbow-colored, diamond-encrusted work of art that literally shines from a mile away. Each tooth is covered in a different colored precious stone. Sapphires, rubies, emeralds, and more. It's like he has the infinity gauntlet in his mouth. Think about the most famous rappers out there, Lil Wayne, Post Malone, Quavo. Neymar saw that and said, "Hold my caipirinha." He didn't just join the club, he basically bought the whole building the club is in. This single dental accessory outshines entire jewelry collections of A-list celebrities. The process to make this thing is insane. They take a perfect mold of his teeth, then painstakingly set each diamond and gemstone by hand. This isn't something you order on Amazon. It's bespoke and takes weeks, if not months. And for what? So he can flash it at a party or in an Instagram post. Imagine being the dentist who gets that call. "Hi, this is Neymar's assistant. He wants it to look like a unicorn threw up a bag of Skittles made of diamonds. The budget is, there is no budget. And Neymar just wears it like it's a normal Tuesday. He's putting it in his mouth, not in a safe. If he's willing to spend this on something he can't even eat with, can you imagine what he spends on things he can actually use? Most athletes celebrate a big contract with a new car, or a watch. Neymar celebrates by turning his own mouth into a treasure chest. This is just the first item on our list. If you think a $200,000 grill is crazy, wait until you see the vehicle he uses to fly to the dentist. The numbers are about to get a whole lot bigger. So don't go anywhere. So you've got your $200,000 grill. How do you travel from country to country without feeling, poor? You don't fly first class. That's for peasants. You buy your own custom private jet, and not just any private jet. Neymar owns an Embraer Legacy 450, a state-of-the-art flying machine. It set him back a cool $15 million. That's just the base price before he even started customizing it. This isn't a mode of transportation, it's a flying 5-star hotel suite. Plush leather seats that fully recline into beds, a full-service galley that can whip up gourmet meals at 40,000 feet, an entertainment system that would make a movie theater jealous. His initials, NJR, stitched into the seats, NJR painted on the tail, his personal Uber for crossing continents. To put $15 million into perspective, look at Tuvalu. The entire GDP of Tuvalu is around $60 million. Neymar's jet alone is worth about a quarter of that. And the cost doesn't stop at the purchase price. Fuel, maintenance, hangar fees, paying for a full-time pilot and crew. While you're worried about gas prices for your Toyota, Neymar is spending your yearly salary just to keep his jet ready. Imagine the freedom. One day you're in Paris. The next you fancy a trip back to Brazil for a party. You don't check for flights. You don't wait in security lines. You make a phone call, and your multi-million-dollar flying palace is waiting on the tarmac. He uses it to fly to matches. He goes on vacation. He'll pop over to another city for dinner. The jet can seat up to 9 passengers so he can bring his entire entourage. They're not just flying, they're creating content. The jet becomes the backdrop for Instagram stories and TikToks. It's a tool for his brand, a symbol of his status. This level of luxury travel is reserved for world leaders, for titans of industry. And Neymar. The jet isn't just about convenience, it's about separation. It lifts him above the rest of the world, a bubble of unbelievable opulence. So we've gone from a $200,000 accessory in his mouth to a $15 million plus flying machine. He has a way to get around in the air, but what about on the ground? Well, you're about to see that his taste in things with wheels is just as insane. But first, we need to talk about what he wears on his wrist while flying in his jet. Okay, so Neymar's flying in his private jet wearing his diamond grille. What time is it? It's time to flex, obviously. By wearing a watch that costs more than a Lamborghini. Neymar is a huge fan of high-end watches, but one in particular stands out. His Richard Mille RM 6801 Tourbillon Cyril Congo. A piece of modern art for your wrist. It comes with a price tag of over $800,000. Let that number sink in. $800,000. For a watch. More than the average house in almost every American city. Same time as a $10 Casio. But it's not about telling time. It's about showing wealth. A silent announcement that you've made it. First, it's a Richard Mille. Second, a limited edition, only 30 made. Third, hand-painted by Cyril Congo. Microscopic hand-painted detail. He wears it casually, at press conferences, on vacation, playing video games. He treats it like any accessory. Most people would lock it in a vault. Neymar wears it like a Fitbit. Imagine being terrified of scratching it. One scratch could cost tens of thousands. Out on a yacht, playing soccer with friends. $1 million apartment on his wrist. Entry ticket into an exclusive club. Puts you in the same category as Pharrell Williams, Jay-Z, other mega celebrities. A networking tool that costs almost $1 million. Components, a tourbillon. Case of carbon and titanium. Skeleton movement with tiny hand-painted gears. We've covered his teeth, his plane, his watch. Over $16 million in 3 items. Just scratching the surface. Exclusivity and outrageous expense. Next up, how he gets around. Lots of horsepower. When you have a $15 million jet to fly you around the world, you can't just land and hop into a rental car. That would be, well, embarrassing. Neymar's solution is to have a fleet of supercars waiting for him in his garages around the world. We're not talking about 1 or 2 nice cars. We're talking about a collection so vast and expensive, he probably forgets he owns some of them. It's like a real-life version of Grand Theft Auto, but with an unlimited cheat code for money. Let's start with one of the crown jewels, his Lamborghini Veneno. This isn't just any Lamborghini. It's one of the rarest and most exclusive cars ever made. They only produced 5 of the coupe version for the entire world. The price tag? A staggering $4.5 million. It looks less like a car and more like a fighter jet for the road. It's pure, unadulterated insanity on 4 wheels. But why have one multi-million-dollar hypercar when you can have more? Neymar also owns a Lykan Hypersport, the same car that famously jumped between skyscrapers in the movie Furious 7. Only 7 of these were ever made, and they cost $3.4 million each. It even comes with diamond-encrusted headlights, because of course it does. This is Neymar we're talking about. If it doesn't have diamonds on it, is it even worth buying? His collection doesn't stop there. For his daily drivers, he has a stable of slightly less insane but still wildly expensive cars. Maserati MC12 Ferraris, multiple Ferrari 458 Italia Audi R8 GT Porsche Panamera Turbo. Each one of these cars costs more than most people's homes. He has a car for every mood, every occasion, and every color of the rainbow. Can you imagine the logistics of this? He has mansions in different countries, and he keeps collections of supercars at each one. It's entirely possible he has a favorite Ferrari in Paris, and another favorite Lamborghini in Brazil. The insurance bill alone for this collection must be more than the GDP of another small island nation. It's a full-time job just to manage and maintain these vehicles. I just love the idea of Neymar waking up in the morning and having a genuine dilemma. Should I take the $4.5 million Veneno to training today? Or the $3.4 million Lykan? Decisions. He probably has a guy whose only job is to make sure they're all filled with gas and the tires are properly inflated. The absurdity is that he can't even drive them all. These aren't just cars, they're investments and trophies. They sit in pristine, climate-controlled garages, monuments to his success and wealth. He probably takes them out for a spin every once in a while, drawing massive crowds and attention wherever he goes, before parking them back in their automotive palace. From the sky to the road, Neymar's transportation is on a level we can barely comprehend. We're talking about a car collection that is easily worth over $10 million, and that's a conservative estimate. But where does he park all these incredible machines? Well, that brings us to our next item, a house that is less of a home and more of a private resort. When you're one of the highest paid athletes in the world playing for Paris Saint-Germain, you don't just rent an apartment. You acquire a property that, honestly, redefines the word mansion. Neymar moved into a 5-story, 10,800 square foot mega mansion in Bougival. It reportedly cost around $16,000 a month to rent, pocket change to him. This place had everything you could imagine. Multiple reception rooms, a massive state-of-the-art kitchen, more bedrooms and bathrooms than you could count, but that's the boring stuff. The real insanity, amenities, an indoor swimming pool. The basement was converted into an entertainment complex. Private movie theater, billiards room, a sound system that could shake the entire neighborhood, Turkish bath, sauna. The outside was just as ridiculous. 1.25-acre manicured lawns and gardens, high surrounding walls, a 24/7 security detail. When you have that many supercars and expensive watches, you need serious protection. Let's picture a day in the life. Wake up, get a workout in your private gym, go for a swim in your indoor pool, relax in the sauna, watch a movie in your private cinema, then take one of your dozen supercars for a spin. It's not a real life, it's a fantasy camp for billionaires. And this was just his rental in Paris. His permanent home in Brazil is even more insane. A helipad, a tennis court, a full-size soccer field, a 6-car garage. He bought the land and built his dream estate from the ground up. The Paris mansion was just his temporary crash pad while he was at work. The house in Bougival became legendary. It was the site of his infamous parties, flying in friends and celebrities from all over the world. The house itself was as much a part of his brand as his skills on the field. So, he's got the smile, the plane, the watch, the cars, and the palace to park them in. It seems like we've covered every possible category of extravagant spending, but we haven't even touched the water yet. So you've conquered the land and the air. What's left? The sea, of course. Neymar isn't the type of guy to just rent a boat for the day. He bought his own 78-foot luxury yacht. And this isn't just some fishing boat, it's a floating mansion that he reportedly named Nadine, after his mother. This floating palace set him back an estimated $8 million. And just like his jet, the costs don't stop there. This yacht is the definition of opulence. Multiple suites, a full dining room, a jacuzzi on the deck, enough space to host massive parties. The interior is all custom designed with the finest materials. It's basically a luxury condo that can travel up and down the coast of Brazil, giving him an escape from the public eye, while still being able to throw a rager for 50 of his closest friends. But here's where it gets truly unbelievably next-level absurd. His main residence in Brazil, the one we mentioned earlier, is a massive compound. And on that compound, he has his own private helipad. Why? So he can take a helicopter from his house and land it directly on his other, even bigger yacht. Yes, he owns a second yacht, a larger one, that is equipped with its own freaking helipad. Let's process that for a second. He has a helicopter to take him from his house to his yacht. This is a level of convenience and wealth that is reserved for Bond villains. You have to be so ridiculously rich that the 20-minute drive from your mansion to the marina is too much of an inconvenience. The only logical solution is to build a helipad on your boat. It's the ultimate power move. These yachts are his personal party islands. During the off-season or when he's injured, you'll see photos and videos of him and his friends living it up on the deck, cruising the beautiful Brazilian coastline. He's been known to host legendary multi-day parties on his yacht, flying in DJs, models, celebrities. The yacht isn't just a vehicle, it's the venue. Think of the annual running costs. Docking fees for a yacht this size can be tens of thousands of dollars a month. Fueling it up for a single trip can cost more than a brand new car. Then you have the full-time crew, a captain, deckhands, a chef, stewards to cater to his every whim. Owning an $8 million yacht is one thing, affording to actually use it is another. He's spending hundreds of thousands, if not millions, a year just to keep his boats afloat. This completes the trifecta of billionaire travel. A private jet for the sky, a fleet of supercars for the land, and a luxury yacht for the sea. Alright, this is it. The moment you've been waiting for. We've seen the grill, the jet, the cars, the mansion, the yacht. These are all physical things. You can touch them, use them, show them off. But the most expensive, most absurd, and most mind-boggling thing Neymar has spent his money on exists only on the internet. He spent over $1 million on 2 pictures of cartoon apes. Neymar joined the NFT craze and went all in, buying 2 Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs. NFTs are non-fungible tokens, unique digital files on the blockchain. He bought Bored Ape number 6633 for 159.99 Ethereum. He bought Bored Ape number 5269 for 189.69 Ethereum. At purchase, the combined total was over $1.1 million. Ape number 6633, party hat, holographic eyes, blowing a bubblegum bubble. Ape number 5269, laser eyes, stylish suit. He paid over $500,000 for each of these JPEGs. He made one his profile picture, flexing to millions of followers. Teammates and friends reportedly scratched their heads. Mbappe, Messi reactions. You can't drive it, you can't wear it, you can't live in it, you can't even physically touch it. Backlash and confusion online were immediate, baffled comments and screenshots. The cryptocurrency and NFT markets crashed. Their combined value plunged to less than a tenth. He essentially lit hundreds of thousands of dollars on fire. This purchase perfectly encapsulates the absurdity of extreme wealth, scarcity and status in the digital world. So while the Veneno and the Jet are jaw-dropping, this is the wildest thing he owns. He's not just playing football, he's playing a real-life game of Monopoly where he owns everything on the board. So there you have it. From a $200,000 diamond grill, to a multi-million-dollar fleet of supercars, a private jet, a yacht with a helipad and finally, over $1 million for 2 cartoon monkey JPEGs. We've journeyed through a shopping spree that totals well over $30 million, and that's only the stuff we know about. It's a world of unbelievable, almost comical extravagance. Neymar isn't just living the dream, he's living a life most of us couldn't even dream up. Every purchase is a statement, a flex, a piece of his personal brand. He's crafted an image of a man for whom money is no object, a modern-day king surrounded by the finest, rarest, and most expensive toys. Whether you think it's inspiring or insane, you can't deny it's captivating. He gives fans a peek into a lifestyle so far removed from reality it feels like a movie. What's the next ridiculous thing he'll buy? A private submarine? A trip to space with Jeff Bezos? Your guess is as good as mine. But one thing is for sure. As long as Neymar plays and makes hundreds of millions, he'll keep finding more absurd ways to spend it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss our next dive into the insane lives of the super rich. And let me know in the comments, what's the most ridiculous thing you would buy if you had Neymar's money?